A lot of people are looking for any type of good news or signs of hope during these dark times. Well, you ain't gonna find that shit here. Take your ass to fucking Jim from The Office's little good news web show or whatever the fuck. I understand that reality can be hard to accept, but it does nobody any good to just ignore it or grasp onto false hope. That shit is dangerous. And that's what we're seeing right now. A lot of people are just acting like the pandemic is over. Or if they even fucking acknowledged it existed in the first place, they're acting like, well, it wasn't that bad. Let's just move on. And unfortunately, a lot of states and our own federal government is doing the same thing. Jared Kushner and Donald fucking Trump have declared victory over the coronavirus. Trump is busy congratulating himself on a job well done instead of, I don't know, maybe expressing sympathy for the 68,000 people who died because he's not fucking human. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, he was saying the death total is going to be 60,000. Now he's saying it's going to be 80 to 90,000, and he's still declaring victory. How the fuck does that work? See, he just sees it all as a fucking numbers game, but they're not fucking numbers, they're real fucking people. And this all could have been avoided with a competent government. But bear with me for a bit because I want to take a deeper look at those numbers. I know there's been a lot of misinformation out there, and I think a lot of people just still don't understand the magnitude of what has been happening. See, for the past 2 weeks, every day there has been 2,000 deaths from the coronavirus. This past weekend, there were 3,000 deaths per day, bringing us to about 68,000 total deaths. Now, let's just say for shits and giggles that we reached our peak. There's no evidence that we did, but let's say that we did, okay? So now, hopefully, we're going to see a downward trajectory. The deaths don't just immediately stop. They go down the same way they came up. So we're going to see a lot more fucking deaths. 68,000 is not just the fucking peak. It is a halfway point. So we're going to see at least 130,000 deaths at best. That's if we reached our peak and if we maintain the safety precautions and the lockdown, which we're not going to fucking do. So we're just going to carry on like it's all fucking normal. And the fucking federal government's own projections said that we are going to have 3,000 deaths a day in June. So they're already fucking aware of what is going to happen and they're okay with it. And the thing is, a lot of people are still saying shit like, well, it's not worse than the flu. Or, oh, the numbers are inflated. And just remove these people from your fucking social media feed, okay? For the good of humanity. Just stop listening to them. Okay, this is nowhere near the flu. All right, compare the coronavirus deaths right now to the average flu deaths per season. Okay, the average number of deaths per season from the flu is 30 to 60,000. And that's over 6 to 8 months. We have seen 68,000 in 2 months. 2 months. We've already seen like a record for flu deaths. And the worst part of that is it's not even a direct comparison with the numbers. The flu deaths that we're comparing coronavirus deaths to are an adjusted number. See, the CDC takes the confirmed number of flu deaths, which is about 5 to 15,000 per season, and plugs that into a formula which adjusts for undercounting. So it brings it to 30 to 60,000 per season. 68,000 deaths by coronavirus is the confirmed number of cases. People who were actually tested or who had multiple symptoms. All right. We're not counting people who died at home or who weren't tested and maybe were asymptomatic. So the actual adjusted number of coronavirus deaths, the number that we use for flu deaths every season, is probably already over 100,000. So there's really, we have no idea how bad this shit is gonna get, and we're all just gonna fucking move on. 130,000, that's okay. 3,000 deaths a day, all throughout June, that's okay. Holy fucking shit. I mean, after a botched response, now the federal government has just given up on trying to stop it. Trump is fucking supporting armed terrorists threatening to fucking do whatever to governors if they don't reopen states, while bodies are piling up in U-Haul trucks because the morgues are full. Fuck this fucking country.